Welcome back to And Here's Modi. Whatever you are doing, whatever exercise you are doing, whatever it is, increase it a little more. If you're with your kids, driving them back from school, if you're shopping and have us in your ears, we are so happy to be a part of your life. And today in the studio, we have Jake Cohen, the New York Times best-selling
cookbook author
and chef Jake Cohen, with a new book coming out called Dinner Party Animal.
Hi.
Hi, Jake.
Hi, Jake. Oh my God.
This is number 3.
This is
I
three.
think this is number 3.
This is it. Chazaka. In
Honestly,
Jewish, called the
I'll probably be
Chazaka.
back again too.
It's an open
I was
invite.
thinking about the last time I was here, and I was just like, oh, the stories I have. I just
You've been busy.
I've been busy.
Where do you want to start?
Where do you want me to start?
I want you to start. Those of you who don't know, Jake Cohen was in Israel when the events with Iran happened, where the airspace was closed and you couldn't leave, and it was the height of gay pride in Israel, and you were there. Tell us.
Yeah.
Preach.
Yes. So I went for a Federation mission, which was incredible. It was an LGBT mission to kind of really, like, we went to the South. I got to bear witness. I got to really kind of like explore Tel Aviv and a lot of like the LGBT center and the nonprofits and NGOs that like Federation helps support, which was amazing. And then kind of like the bonus of like doing all of the mitzvah work was then it ended and Pride was beginning. And I had a weekend planned. I had tickets to everything. We were ready. And it was
When you say tickets, everything, let them know. They're not...
the raves, everything. And again, it's like wild. It's just like tens of thousands of gay men in the park while
celebrating.
While Ofra plays this non-binary DJ. Not really, but like sort of a kind of vibe. But it's playing like crazy music. And it's just wild because this one especially was such an interesting one because it was only like Israelis from America and Jews from around the world in the diaspora who were there. It wasn't really like a tourist pride like a lot of cities have. So that was really special. And it was night 1. I was at this party called Forever, and it's like 3 a.m. And I'll never forget because I think you guys know this by now. I'm a little psychic. I'm a little witchy.
Oh yeah, for sure. You're definitely a witch.
Little witchy. And so I turned to my friend. It's like 2:55. And I go, I think it's time we go. And the second I say that, the sirens start going. And then, so literally we all like hundreds of shirtless men are piling into this bunker, and we didn't know what was going on. And then we went home and it was a whole thing. Like it was just crazy.
But then the party still kept going. Like I heard there were DJs
canceled and everything went underground, and
metaphorically and literally.
I will not confirm or deny my participation in as much of those things, but everything was done. Really, I think the craziest part of that, and I was there with none other than Judy Gold, and who did not have the weekend in Tel Aviv that I did.
No, I spoke to her,
at one point, I called her and I said, "Get up, get out. I'm taking you to my favorite bakery," because she wasn't leaving the hotel. I'm like, "Stop it. This is crazy. It's fine. We're going for croissants." And then you're on the beach all day. The resilience is insane. The mindset of having to be so locked in of safety, like, all right, where's the shelter? How do we get in? Stop everything, to then all of a sudden compartmentalizing that and being like, all right, we gotta get back to normal life, back to work, back to
vacationing, back to vacation. You were there on vacation.
Reaffirms my belief that nothing good happens at any party past 3:30 a.m.
No.
That's a theory
I will
that
say
I have.
yes, because there was one. Oh my God. You know what? I'll say it, and worst comes to worst, I'll ask you to take it out.
Okay.
That's a good, there's a safe space.
So that happened because there's this couple, this Israeli couple, they have like little kids. They lived in Williamsburg for a little bit, and they threw this house party. And everyone, like so many people were there. Like everyone I knew, I was like inviting everyone we knew. Like it was so much fun. And like 2 a.m., they're like, sorry, we have to shut this down. The neighbors were complaining, like, because again, no one's gotten a full night's sleep in months. And And they were like, we're not going to let a bunch of gays like keep us up at night,
Right.
when there aren't any missiles. And so
As if the war wasn't bad enough.
exactly. So they shut down the party, and I went back to someone's apartment with a couple of friends, and then so we're hanging out, and all of a sudden the sirens go off. Or we get there's the app notification, the cha-cha-cha-cha of like something's coming. And so I just turned to one of the guys. I'm like, all right, Efo Hamamad, where's your shelter? They didn't have one. I was like, oh, but there's like a basement shelter, right? Like, no. I'm like, what are we doing? And they're like, don't worry, it's fine. The stairwell's concrete. Like, we'll go down into the stairwell. It's all going to be good. They were so chill. So I was so chill. And so like
So you continued your Monopoly game.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It was a
really good card game.
Group Monopoly
It was
game.
yeah. It was Uno, and
Yeah.
and then the sirens went off, and we head down to the stairwell. And it's still so chill. And how it works is like the front door had to be open because it's glass and the shockwaves will blow out the glass. So there's always to be like a brick wall a few feet in front of the front door, and you like enter in through the side. So the door's open. We're down because they just wanted to sit on the stairs, and there are all these windows. I'm like, no, we're going down. I need to be protected. I'm not like staying. I'm like not
I have
playing
a
it.
book coming out.
Exactly. I got press. I can't have shrapnel in this space.
That's what you think. Isn't it like when it was like, hey, let's go skiing? No, I have a show at the Radio City Music Hall. I'm not skiing. Exactly. Yeah, that's how you have a book coming out.
Exactly. And so we're down, and you're hearing the missiles.
Oh my God.
And again, you're just hearing the what's being taken out by the dome, and it's so violent.
Mm-hmm.
It is so violent. And then this was the night, this was like at 4 a.m. And there's a direct hit on Allenby, which was just a few blocks away. And the whole building is shaking, and it is so loud. And it sounds like it happened right outside. Mm-hmm. Obviously, it didn't. Right. And luckily, I couldn't even imagine or fathom what it must have been like if it was even closer. But they start freaking out, and once they start freaking out,
you're full blown.
it's
you big headed loser.
For me. And at one point, one of the guys turns. He goes, because there was like a stop, and then he's like, "Okay, run." And we literally had to sprint down the street. We got into his friend's building. Then we got right into their friend's apartments, Mamad, which was packed with gay men, including all, like, we're just like, and then like they close the door. There's another round. I'm like finally like coming to of like looking around, like what's happening. I see this couple that I met in Greenpoint a few weeks ago. I'll be like, what are you doing here?
Jake would find someone he knows in a random box.
Yeah, and that was the first and last time I went anywhere without having a true, clear plan. Where's the nearest shelter? Where's this? Where's that? There was someone wanted me to come and take a car. They were like, come for dinner in the north of Tel Aviv. And it just would have been like a 17-minute Uber. And I was like, no, I won't go. I just can't.
How long total were you there?
I was there for...
Feels like you were there for a month, but you were there for like a week, right?
It was like 10 days.
Okay.
And how did you get out?
Judy and I went through Jordan.
So tell us about that.
Wow,
like,
tell us about that.
What did that day look like? You fleeing Israel with Judy Gold.
We were stuck at the border for like 7 hours. I actually got detained because they found some gay sexual paraphernalia in my luggage, and they were like, "This is illegal." And I was like, "Throw it out, throw it out."
What'd you have? A poppers or something?
No, we don't need it.
Never mind.
It's a family podcast.
The family podcast.
Yeah, and I was like, "Throw it out." And luckily, they were very chill about it. But for a hot second, I was like, I just
oh my God, Jake Cohen
to go to a Jordanian jail.
Detained in a Jordanian prison.
That'll be your next cookbook. Like what to cook, and like Martha Stewart did.
Taste of the Middle East.
Oh my God.
Yeah, and then I came.
What was Judy like that day?
Yeah, I
Judy
can't imagine.
was
Judy, we love you. But
She was miserable. I have such a great picture of her at the border control. Wow, I've never seen her look. Because again, she typically, that's part of her bit is like she's always a little she's always a little like angry,
Right.
Like and this was like
a bad day.
a bad day.
A
For
bad
Gina.
day. It was a bad day. Yeah, it's not a great day when you have
No,
to
when you're going
flee
through a border, I can't even imagine. So how'd you get to the border? How, like a bus?
A bus.
A bus.
Buses to
And
bus.
then you just physically drive over a border, and then you like
go
have
to
to,
it's like an in between area that you then
yeah, like a no man's land.
and yeah, it was.
Crazy.
And then you go to the station in the middle, and then you get onto another bus, which then takes you to the Jordan.
Did anyone brief you on like what to say or what not to say, or like did they
Honestly, it was so chaotic because you have to remember it's like everyone was trying to get out. It was, yeah, no, it was wild. And so I got home. I literally walked into the apartment and I started crying. I was like so chill the whole time because the adrenaline is like
Right.
so going. And I got home and I like kind of all settled in of what had just happened the last week. And so I took a very chill, stoned weekend by myself. Like everyone was like, oh, come to this party or come out to the. I know so many gays that went straight from JFK getting home to the Pines. I'm like, are you crazy? A lot of them regretted it, but like,
Yeah, that's a lot.
wild.
But you can go to the Pines and just
I just
chill.
don't want to be around that many people. It's like you're just like,
you're just
like, especially that many. You're just dealt with gay people in Pride, and this lens. It's like, ugh, I just wanted to be alone. But yeah.
Wait, and then where else were you? You were in Berlin.
I went to Berlin. Navote had a big art opening, which was insane. He's like so huge in Europe. It was so packed. Like there was a painting of me that was in the collection. That
Wow.
People don't know Navote is this
Navote
artist
Miller.
that Navote is this
You met
Israeli
him in Berghain.
I did.
Yeah.
He's this Israeli artist that Jake met in Bergheim, and he's not Hasidic, but he has payas coming out of his head. And when you dance with him at a club, it's like the backlight of him is insane.
And they bounce.
And it bounces.
It's amazing. That
It's
was
amazing.
honestly, literally, that was so, literally he had just moved to New York and I brought him to basement for the first time with you.
You're like,
I was like, Moni, get in the car.
I went with you. Leo didn't go.
I know.
No, but it was like you're dancing in basement with him, and the lights coming from behind, and and you see some guy with a Palestinian shmata, the thing,
the
and then you the kafia, and all of a sudden he pops in with his little payas just jumping up and down, and it's like whoa, and it's amazing. His art is beautiful.
Yeah.
From what I've seen on Instagram, I haven't seen any live, but beautiful. He's so talented.
It was really, really
So you were in
special.
Berlin for his opening.
Yeah, and then we
How long were you in Berlin?
just like 4 days.
Okay.
4 days. We went to Berghain, but only for like a cute 13 hours.
Yeah. I don't think these listeners know what Berghain
That's
is. But
fine.
we'll let them Google.
It's the
We'll let them
capital of techno music in the world.
Yeah.
Very nice.
Perfect.
And then I went straight to Paris with Lou and a friend of mine, another artist, and we were there. It was our other friend was doing this. Our friend Jordan Roth was doing this performance.
Oh, I saw
art thing at
that.
the
Yeah.
Louvre, which was really special. And then I found out that my roommate Benj and a bunch of our friends were in London. So I was like, okay, I hopped on the Eurostar, the train. It was a 2-hour train ride from Paris. I was like, amazing. And then I just went to London for a week.
Jake is down.
I
One thing
am
you need to know
down.
about Jake is that he is down. You're in London. I'm in Paris. He's on that train.
Did a great.
that's
Oh
why-
my god, we had the sweetest Shabbat with Jessie Ware and her mom, and like,
Oh my God.
and all of our friends.
So what was your favorite thing you ate in Berlin and your favorite thing you ate in
Everyone always asks
Paris?
us. So
Don't roll your eyes.
I
at me.
never asked that.
no,
Give it to me for the soundbite.
I
The soundbite.
don't eat a ton in Berlin, but
You
my
wanna talk about
favorite
that a
thing
little bit?
is
No.
my favorite thing is you make it from the club and go straight to Sophie the bakery, which is one of my favorite bakeries in the world. And they do the most incredible sourdough. And so you could get a sandwich and some pastries and a coffee.
Yeah, you love a
And they do a great ginger lemon tea, which is like after you've been partying, it's just like it feels like you're doing like a full spa day. and carbo loading.
This is also helpful because people come up to you. You've told me this, that people come up to you and they go, "How are you so?
How are you so
How do you
skinny?
eat
You
like
must
a
not
cook
eat
like
what
this?
you
You
cook."
must not eat." But people don't understand that you are jumping up and down doing cardio for like 12 hours straight.
I'll
when you
bike
go out.
anywhere. I'll do whatever it takes so I
Yeah.
can have that croissant.
Yeah.
Girl, and if I didn't, I'd have your body. Like I'd be like, we like the second I cut those things out, that's when we're like,
No, I love a pastry.
We eat a pastry. We eat too.
I know. Oh, I know.
So let's.
yeah.
Should we talk about dinner party animal?
Yeah.
So this is book number
3.
3, and walk us through the first 2 again.
Jewish.
Jewish, which we
And
have.
I could nosh.
Iconosh, which we also have.
Word.
Which you also have, yeah.
And
And I know what's coming up.
Yes.
I know what's
But we
coming
won't
up.
say that. We actually wait. So dinner party animal is the one that is not the one that we were testing a lot of recipes in Fire Island. That was
Some of them, yeah.
yeah.
The combination. You had a bunch of ones that, because we were in Fire Island right before Iconosh came out. So I was doing a lot of like press stuff
Yeah.
for Iconosh. I was bringing a lot of stuff I was cooking from Iconosh to Fire Island. But I also started to test a bunch of recipes. So that's where like a lot of the stuff I talk about like Fire Island in the curry recipe. Because
Yeah.
there was that one week where everyone had such a different dietary restriction and it
my
was
God.
so difficult.
Yeah.
And I was like, let's
But
do
one
it.
of my favorite Fire Island memories, because we had a few weeks with you out there, is like you in a Speedo in the kitchen on Friday making
was
challahs. And it was like the smell and seeing Jake Cohen in action in Fire
I
Island.
can say that I was there when when you crossed the line.
Cross the line.
I was sitting at the table having a little salad, and Jake is making his challah, and he's got the phone all set up, and he's greased up from like
Sunscreen,
sunscreen,
yeah.
suntan oil, and whatever it was, and you're wearing a bikini bathing suit with
Yeah.
your entire people. I know the moil.
I know the
I know
moil.
the moil, and then that was the beginning of you cooking shirtlessly
100%.
and very sexy. And I was sitting right there in front of the phone. I can literally, that's when
Yeah.
it began. And I remember you posting it and just it blowing up.
Love.
It was just amazing. It was
Yeah,
so
that was
good.
a lot of fun. But this one, again, the whole point of this is like people are so intimidated from hosting.
It is.
And this was, I
intimidating.
wanted to create, and it was even something I got for my first 2 books where people be like, oh my God, I love this recipe of yours. What do I serve with it? And so this book is actually just 16 menus that's all broken down. It's got all the recipes, your grocery list, your timeline, like everything you know, so that you can like throw a dinner party. And it's mainly like for everyday occasions, but there's also like a full Thanksgiving menu and a full Passover menu.
Wow.
Wow. How exciting.
Is there anything that exists in your head that's like a connective thread with books, like for that super fans would know? Like you're like, oh, I would take this from the first book and do it with this of this book.
100%. I actually talk about it in this book where I call out specific recipes from my
Okay.
other books of being like, ooh, this would be
If-
a good addition. This would be a good swap.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, I love that because there's always a super.
It is intimidating hosting. We're hosting now in Connecticut, and
We've become a host.
Even though it's
Leo's
just like
killing it. Leo's
close
killing
friends and family, you gotta like. I
Leo
mean, I
discovered the
barbecued. I did not do these recipes, folks. I barbecued some stuff, but
Good. We love that. We love.
Amazing.
I will look at this book.
But when we host, we're hosting really close friends, and
Yeah.
they're cooking themselves too, and they're all,
Of
yeah,
course.
no one's competitive.
For the viewers at home, I am not one of these really close friends yet.
Yeah,
You have an open
You've been
invitation.
busy. You just
You've been
live
busy.
all those places you have
That's
been.
true. I would be there in a second.
Oh,
In
the
a
second.
You
Oh.
invite, I'm there.
Yeah, and it's but and the no that Fire Island house, everybody was so competitive. They were trying to like outdo each other with cooking. And Leo and I like we're okay with like a chicken salad.
100%.
Yeah,
Give me
yeah.
a low-fat pantry chicken salad, and I'm set. And a thing of Mary's Gone crackers, done.
Mary's gone crack.
But while you were doing everything, you were cooking. It was so it was
accurate.
so an incredible thing to see. Just like how you were like sun tanning and then coming back and doing a little something and coming in and making it so easy. It's like unbelievable. You just have it. You have it, and you're an amazing host, and you make all of your guests feel so loved, and it comes out in the book.
And this book comes out,
September 30th.
and what do you have planned? What's up your
Oh,
sleeve? What can you talk about? What can you
Yeah,
talk
the best
about?
thing is like I wanted to kind of really blow out the 2 things, which obviously it's like a play on the fact that I love a dinner party and I'm also a party animal, hence the Berlin
truly
story.
The Venn diagram.
The Venn diagram. Yeah. So I always typically launch at the Stryker Center, which we were just at for your podcast taping
With Omer Shem Tov, yeah.
Incredible. And and then I also, when I was in Israel, I got to go to the Hostage Forum, which was incredibly powerful. What I wanted to do is do a book talk, which I always do, but have it be more so like a dinner party. So it's going to be all of my favorite people on stage with me in conversation, acting like pretty much, we'll set up a dinner table on the stage. And so it's going to be everyone from Modi to Benj Pasek, Alex Edelman, potentially, there are a couple of others, but it's looking like Judy Gold will join as well, which will be amazing. And then we'll see what other surprise guests will pop
Isaac
in.
Mizrahi?
I think so too. I think he's going to round it out.
him.
Yeah. And then afterwards, I'm throwing a rave in the basement
Of that Stryker Center.
of the Stryker Center.
But you have to coordinate because they did their own thing once and it wasn't ravey. It was
No, it wasn't, which is why I'm literally taking
You're
over.
curating.
Emil Cohen's going to DJ. So it's going to be like, obviously, of Mother Disco, which has exploded in New York and everywhere. And so it's going to be fun.
It's going to be amazing.
Can I read the menu list that's listed on the pages where we're featured on?
Yes.
The picture of me and you. So this menu is. Oh, do we not have pages?
Reading it like it's a Gemara, like it's the Talmud. Yeah.
Okay,
Take
so
two
we have a
eggs and one
sumac
cheese.
squashed cucumber salad, a harissa cucumber salad,
Carrot.
harissa carrot salad, kale and pomegranate salad, lemony turmeric rice, tofu curry with roasted cauliflower, sweet potatoes and chickpeas. That's the one we ate
Yeah.
in Fire Island. And chocolate covered halva stuffed dates.
Yeah. That's a really.
Any call outs there? Any main, that's a lot of salads, no? But
yeah, the whole
your
point
idea,
of this is, that's also very Middle Eastern, is to have a
Yes.
bunch of prepared salads. And again, a lot of these are other than the kale salad, these aren't like lettuce salads. They're just like veg salads. It's more so just like cold carrot preparations and
that you could do in advance.
that you do in advance. That's kind of the whole point with a lot of these menus. Is these are all recipes that work really well of like 2 days in advance, you're going to prep all this. Day before, you're going to prep all this. So it makes it easy. So no one's like,
I love when you hit those restaurants in Israel and they have like, as soon as you sit down, they just bring like 10 different salads and put
Exactly.
on the table.
Exactly.
It's a carrot and kulvit and all of that. And chamim. It's so good. I love that stuff. When you just boom, and you already have with tanash on.
Exactly.
A little pita, and then you just order a little piece of fish or chicken, and then but the salads are just, and there's no guilt in eating salads. It's a salad. It's healthy.
A salad, of course.
Exactly. I'm looking at kielbasa in a blanket.
What's your next thing, like travel wise? What's your like?
I am on the local circuit of the Hamptons, Fire Island, and Provincetown.
Provincetown's not so local.
See, and you wonder why you haven't made it to Connecticut yet. You are busy, just like we are busy.
We're gonna
get our schedules to coordinate. It's not
to get our
easy.
schedules to coordinate. All we got to do is text and coordinate them, girl.
Okay.
I love that I'm only doing 1 week on Fire Island this year. I think it's been
We're taking a break.
We're taking a break. I think there's
Taking a break.
I very much have this like on-off mentality where this year I was like craving a European summer, and now I think I got
We
it out
have
of my
Europe at
system.
home.
And now it's like I have Europe at
We
home.
have
Next
Europe
year
at
I
home.
think I'll just be here.
Yeah.
And then I will start my tour in the fall, and so I'll be bouncing all around. I'll be in on the West Coast. I'll be kind of just a little bit of everywhere.
You go hard, but
And,
when you promote these books, you go hard.
Yeah.
They're buying you. The book is just like a vehicle to you.
Completely.
And now, if you've ever been in a room with Jake Cohen, you feel it. There's like
The it factor.
it's the
Energy.
it factor.
It's all
the
energy. It's
He's
all
so
energy.
Zeus. He's so sweet. It's like a neshama, and then you get a book to go home with it. It's like you take that energy with you. It's so great. It's so great, and the book is useful.
There we
you
go.
can, and everybody talks about how they changed something. I didn't put that, but I put something else, and it was delicious. Oh, it's such a vibe. It's a Jake Cohen vibe.
Something that doesn't have to do with food.
Oh,
What do you want to talk about?
let's see.
Clothing. I love.
What are you
I love your
watching? What are you
style.
reading?
No, where are you buying clothes? I love
Okay.
everything you wear.
Okay, pause. Yes, I want to hear this, but you used to call me out for being toddler wear, and he's not in toddler wear today.
Oh, no.
he's a
Well,
full
yeah, this is
toddler.
my Susan Alexandra rave necklace that I made. Again, we love a Jewish business. Jewess. These pants are Ata. It's incredible.
Oh,
We know Ata.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I am like very into Gen Z jeans right now. Of
The
like,
big, okay, but you're tall and
which
you
is
can
great.
rock
Like
them.
this, like doing huge baggy pants
can't.
and a tank top.
I look like a rug rat.
Oh, I love it.
rug-
I look
love
like a
it.
rug rat. I can't
I
do
love
Gen-
it. I just got these orange corduroy pants. Literally, when I tell you, it's almost comical how big they are. My sister thinks that I look ridiculous, and I
Yeah, but you
feel
can pull them
so.
off.
I love it.
And I live on the Lower East Side and I see all these Gen Z kids and they are wearing the biggest pants you've ever seen in your life, but they're all tall and thin and they just have these big baggy denim or big baggy cargo shorts and they look cool because they just do it with like a rib tank and like
That's
a
it.
camo trucker hat. And I'm like, you look amazing right now. If I wore that, I would look crazy, like a crazy person. Also,
No.
I don't have the height for the Gen Z cut.
No, you wear
Jeans.
he's got two looks. He's either looks like a toddler or like an oversized shirt and pants, and he's just walking like a little toddler, or he looks like the captain of the Czechoslovakian gymnastics.
I know exactly
Everything
what
is
you're talking
so
about.
tight,
Oh
with, like,
yes,
ripped-
it's last time I
it's
saw
one
him,
or the
he was
other.
that.
There's
That's a
never-
great
it's
way to
never-
put it.
Yeah.
Captain of the Czechoslovakian gymnastics team.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Obsessed.
That's
Yes.
that's what I struggle with.
But the main thing I will say, it's like in terms of reading, I haven't been watching a ton of stuff. Like I'm in just like my self-help era of I only read self-help books.
I love self-help. It's the only thing I can read.
I've gotten so witchy and woo-woo.
Talk
and-
about it.
Well, it's like we
What?
talked because you called me right after I did the Hoffman process.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that it was like this woo-woo retreat in the woods. They take your phone for a week. You like unpack all the patterns you inherited from childhood and create. It's like ritualized ways to create new neural pathways to kind of fight what's so ingrained in you, which I really loved.
And it worked.
It's amazing. Like the more you work on yourself, and I'm very big into like manifestation through like meditation and positive intentional thinking and mantras.
That's very motivating.
Very much like, actually, I will say it's gotten me much closer to our friend Kelsey because like I think I was able to connect to him on a much more of a spiritual level.
Yeah,
and
he's very
when
tapped
you
in.
tap into that world, you all of a sudden realize like, oh, I need a community of people that are also like hungry for bettering themselves and like deepening their connection to the universe.
Yes, that's why whenever you're in a room with people who are trying to better themselves, you feel it. That Tony Robbins,
Yeah.
those events that he has,
Yeah.
when you're in a room with people who want to make themselves better. You know, now I went to the Kabbalah Center.
Yeah.
You're in that room of people who are like there just to better themselves. Like, how can I be a more sharing, a better person? It's a different energy when you go to a regular synagogue where everybody's just there to show an outfit off or go kid. Or some people are there to connect
Completely.
spiritually, but it's not the main focus. When you are at a retreat of people trying to become better people, you feel it. Like everybody in this room wants to be a better version of themselves. You feel it. And that's where I guess that Hoffman process is.
Yes, and again, it all ties into everything. It's like I love a little tarot in my life, but not from like it's reading the future, but it's the sense of there is a lot of conversation around the neuroscience, around the randomness of a deck of cards, allows you to get these very generalized readings. But if you're doing a lot of introspective work, when you see what you have these visceral reactions to, like what aspects of these very generalized things that can really apply to most people, you start to see like what your subconscious
just
is telling
pausing.
you to really attach to.
It's so you have like astrology.
Yeah,
Where
same deal.
it gives you like, there's good and bad of every sign. So it just tells you, for example, we were hosting, okay, and there's nothing I hate more than eating outdoors. I just hate eating outdoors. I don't know why. I don't like it. But Leo cooked, made this whole meal. It was so beautiful. And it was a nice
The
day.
salmon.
No.
Wow.
No.
Actually,
So,
Jake?
actually, no.
No.
Wow, I
For
love
once
that.
in my
I
life.
love that.
Kosher chicken.
Period.
And he did vegetables and everything. And we have this whole area for outdoor dining.
Yeah, of
I'm like,
course.
please God, let's not use this. Let's just go inside with the air conditioning. And then they
They'll
said,
use it in the
hey,
fall.
Hey, let's
This
eat
is for 4th of
outside.
July.
And I said, okay, I'm a Taurus. I have that Taurus energy who loves to be comfortable. I said, okay, No problem. I'm going to go against what I want to do. You have to know to go against what you want to do. That's what your sign tells you. So a Taurus is stubborn and loves comfort, right? So I said, okay, I'm easy. Let's sit outside. Let's set it up. Put it, and it worked out beautiful. And I got this big fan that was left there from the construction to get the bugs out, and it was amazing.
And it wasn't hot. It was the sun was at the right thing, and it was.
It worked out. But that's what it is. Your astrology sign is to show you the good and bad.
Yeah.
So and then connect to the Taurus energy of being you're dependable, you're steady, you know it's good, you can do a routine over and over, the gym, tefillin and davening and all of that. That's that energy too, that you connect to both of them. And so there's good and bad in every sign, it's like,
Completely.
and it's don't your whole life around it, but like know what to watch out for. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, if you're an Aquarius, you should be very it's an addictive sign. So be careful. But it's also an unbelievable way to get somewhere without going from point A to B in a straight line. They know how to figure it out in another way. So all these signs have amazing things, but you just know.
Modi's randomly good at astrology.
I love that.
Yeah.
But this is what I'm saying. I think that, and I have many controversial opinions, but one of them is that
This is where you say them.
I know.
Where else?
I think we live in a society that has too many therapists and not enough spiritual leaders. Like, I think people need more rabbi presence in their life than therapy presence in their life, because I think that you need these types of connections and conversations, tap to like ancient wisdom, and also with this idea of like, I think a lot of people are doing it because they think it's what they're supposed to do to make them better, but they're not
therapy.
But they're not taking an active role in the ritual, which is so important.
I also think that people, and I'm not putting down therapy. Wow.
No, it's incredible. You find you're the power you have with a great therapist that's right for you is magical. My conversation is, I think a lot of people don't do the work to find a therapist.
So I will tell you, the moment I really knew that I didn't need therapy was I have an uncle figure in my life, very successful Israeli businessman. We hadn't seen him. I hadn't seen him in a long time, and for family drama and dynamics. Yeah. And then we had lunch, and then he turns to me after lunch. It was a lovely lunch. We caught up on each other's lives and so happy. And and he says to me, "Modi, I want to tell you something. You've turned out much better than anybody's expectations." I took it. I left it there on the table for the waitress to unpack with the tip.
Of course.
But somebody who's in therapy would have run to therapy.
Of course.
Oh my God.
6 months of
I was like, good. And he meant it from an amazing place.
Of course.
But you could also start what was everybody's expectation of me? Why did was I such a mess? Yeah. That's when I was like, I'm good. Thank you. Thank you.
But
We'll
you're
just move
saying
on.
like too many people are like using therapy speak to like justify things that are actually toxic behaviors. Well, that in itself is like, you're being toxic, you're being this, and it's like gaslighting, triggering. Everyone, I feel like, is just using.
I think everyone needs to take a ritualized psychedelic experience and really unpack what are the things that they have to be like focusing on. Like, I think the majority of people's issues can be addressed in terms of like figuring out what you need to do with like guided psychedelic work. And then from there, you can figure out, okay, what is the way that I then address this? How, which is saying that, again, I think combinations of therapy and potentially medication, or potentially like, I don't know, 1,000,001 ways that you can fix it. But I think finding the root cause of why people are unhappy or anxious or any of these things are just like, that should be the first thing instead of just putting a Band-Aid on the issue.
Well, I want to say it's very obvious that whatever work you are doing, it is working because you're glowing. And
come off happy. People always say that I seem very happy because I am.
Yep. No, you are. And I'm sure you struggle with stuff just like everyone else. But whenever you're around Jake Cohen, you don't feel it. And that is impressive. And I see it when we're in like, these big events that we go to and there's lots of people and strangers coming up to, and you are like the people's princess. You are like Princess Diana, and it is impressive. It's aspirational.
Yeah.
I will say.
I will say it's
those places. You know how hard it is for Leo to be in a rave and all those people.
No, I'm not talking about a rave, honey. I'm talking about the Striker Center. Okay.
the Striker Center, yeah.
Yeah, but in a rave too. I do
rave
very
too.
well. I do well. It doesn't
You
matter.
don't have
where.
like a panic attack in a Walmart. It's like all the things that were in there.
Overstimulating.
It's overstimulating.
Of course.
Yeah, I love that stuff.
It's funny. I went on a date recently, and the guy goes, "Yeah, I wouldn't really consider myself a very positive person."
You're like immediately.
And I literally was just like, "Well, I am," and I don't know where we go from there.
For you, like you said, manifestation.
so what
One of my mantras. One of my mantras. Everything works out for me, and all my friends now know. Like when something just amazing will happen. It's like it happened with Navot, where he ended up coming to Paris with us just cause, and we didn't have a ticket for him to. I was trying to get him into Jordan's thing at the Louvre. And they ended up just like whisking him in and like putting a VIP thing.
Yeah.
I've seen that happen.
And I go, Navot, everything works out for us.
Yeah.
Don't ever
I've
forget
seen that happen.
It is true.
We were going into a party one time, and this is back when you had to have an ID. You had to have the COVID card. And we all had. Remember, it was at Cherry Grove, whatever, the Ice Palace, and we're all there. And one of our friends had nothing. We were like, "Here's my ID. Here's my COVID card." And he goes, "Here's my vape." That's all he had, a vape. He goes, "I just have a vape." And for somehow, everybody, 2 seconds, somebody had a picture of his ID, someone had a picture of his thing, and it just boom, boom, boom. And they walked in. There's never.
That's a little different.
It's pretty. It's pretty.
I think if you go into
like
these
that.
energies, it's funny because I think very similarly to the conversation around like clubs with bouncers, where even like talking about Berghain, about getting into Berghain versus not getting into Berghain. I say this all the time. It's like energy is everything. If you're going up worried and fearful that you're not going to get in or get rejected, and this is, again, you could say this about getting into the club, you could say this about talking to a cute person, you could say this about going into a job interview, anything. If you're going in with the headspace of I'm going to get rejected, it reads on your body language, it reads on your energy, it reads on your actions, and most likely that's what's going to happen. Versus if you live with a little more delusion of like everything works out for me, it just life is so much better.
What are some of your mantras? You have your
I have many mantras. First of all, everything I say with the beginning I am, and then end with I am. That's from Moses when he spoke with God. Said,
love that.
Who are you? He said, Hayeh Shereyeh, I am that I am. So you just whatever you want, you put in there. So you say, I am success, I am. Not I want success, because God will give you more of what you more want, not the success. So I am, put everything. I am in a healthy relationship with my husband. I am enjoying every moment of life. I am blessed with family and parents that are doing well. Baruch Hashem, I am. And then, when I manifest things, and at the end, I have it all written down. And I go to the Rebbe's oil and I put it in there, and or wherever grave I go to. And then when things work out, at the end of the thing, I type in, thank you, Hashem. Thank you, God. Because it manifested. It's like, the beacon shows. I'm selling out beacon shows. But at the end, we saw 3, and I put at the end, I put, thank you, Hashem. And then it's you got to be positive. You got to be like it's already happened. Like it's already happened.
Wild.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Reminds me, did you end up talking on the podcast about that dinner? I literally can't stop talking about the last time I saw you at the Tablet Magazine Sinai Awards.
Oh my God.
Boy.
You never talked about that on the pod, did you?
No.
Oh, wait. You saw the pictures.
I saw the pictures.
So literally,
oh my God.
I go in, I'm sitting, it's literally, what a table. It's me, Modi, Deborah Messing, Barry Weiss, and we're all talking all this stuff. I'm like so not in it. And then we have this little break, and they're honoring all these people, like 10 people that make the world a freer place.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden, they start talking about Azealia Banks, and I turn and she's seated there, and I literally
in a sheer
like Modi, I gasped. I go, oh my God. And of course, like nobody knows who she is. I
was dying.
I had no idea.
Dying.
Our tape, so we were sitting like this, and my chair and hers was here. So at one point when there was like a lull or they were serving something, I turned to her, and she was the only person there of color. She was the only person there of color. And I spoke to her, I go to her, do you think we're going to have soup? I said to her, I had no idea who she's Azealia Banks.
It's just really crazy that like the landscape we're living is like, because Azalea Banks is known for her just like unhinged crazy things that she says, but she's been so on the nose about
100%.
Israel and like vocal about it in a online bubble that usually isn't.
Do you remember Fire Island?
What about it?
My obsession. And I was playing New Bottega on repeat. And then we went to the party and there was that, and it came on in that remix.
Yeah.
And I lose again. I think she is, so I literally go up to her. I go, Modi, I have to go say hi. So the thing ends, I run up to her. She's sitting down. I get on my knees and I grab her hand and I go, I do not go a day without listening to your music. And then we end up sitting the whole night together. I get her number. She's been sending me the wildest voice notes. Obsessed icon.
The one night I don't go to one of these events, by the way, I was getting dressed and I was like, I have a headache. Like, I don't want to eat a salmon piece on a thing. Like, and I didn't go. And I
had no idea what I was coming into. And I texted Alana Newhouse, the editor-in-chief, who, again, I think Tablet is so brilliant, such a wonderful place. I'm also like, they're doing a great feature for the new book, which I love.
Okay, then I will say what else.
No, again, they are polar, and that's the thing that I love that she called out is like, they're so polarizing, and one of the things that they pride themselves on is like, a lot of the people in the room were on both sides of the political spectrum, religious spectrum. They really try to make everyone angry, which they do.
They try to make everyone angry.
Which they
stir
do.
the pot.
But what they really did is they created a space of Mashiach energy where everything was oneness. All the people that are on the different sides of whatever spectrum it was, all connected with the fact that it's okay that everybody's on the different sides.
And they disagree and all of that.
Enjoy your disagreement. Enjoy it.
Completely.
Enjoy it. As long as you're presenting it well. As long as you're presenting it well.
100%.
Yeah.
I loved that. And I texted her after. I was like, this was incredible. I'll come to any Tablet event they do. I'm there, because I was just, there was farmers and actors and newscasters and people were from all walks of life. And then obviously, then Deborah Messing came out and did the most gorgeous speech. And like, I feel such like a, it's like, I feel like she's my mother. Like
I sat next to her, is it her assistant, her producer? I don't know what you call her.
Her right hand.
It's her right hand. And I felt Leo energy.
100%.
Like she,
100%
this
upset.
woman, this is Leo energy.
Yeah.
This is like, she's on top of everything. It was so funny. Like, this is what happened. So we're sitting there and she's making sure we get pictures. She's doing the pictures just like Leo does. I don't know how to take a picture. And then Deborah asked for her phone. So I said to Eric, her assistant, I said to her, do you let her post on her Instagram? And she goes, it's a situation. It's a situation. And I'm like, I'm allowed to post, but I would never just hit the button until I show Leo.
Oh my God.
I mean, the spelling involved in posting. There's all kinds of things that have to be tagged and this.
Nuances.
Put a ticket in there. And but I was like hysterical. It just shows you the dynamic right away. She goes, it's a situation. Well, she could do whatever she wants.
She could do whatever.
She's Grace from that show. And I mean,
she's Grace from that show.
I know that one show.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Icon. No.
She's an icon, and and there's checks coming in nonstop. So she doesn't have to worry about anything. And she can say what she wants, and she does, and bless her heart. Huge fan of that. Huge fan. Huge.
We're a big fan of you, Jake.
Big fan. And there's books coming out. How can people reach you and know about you and connect to that Jake Cohen energy? Tell them.
There we go. At Jake Cohen on Instagram, on TikTok. You could watch. I'm on cable, so you can watch Jake Makes It Easy on A&E. Second season is premiering right now. And
Mazel tov.
Yeah, new book out September 30th. Dinner Party Animal. Get it wherever.
Modi will be there at the
Stryker Center, October 4th. It's going to be
lit.
Wow. I'm like
in that the 900 seat room.
In the big one. Yeah.
Wow. Amazing.
We were going to do it in the main sanctuary, but they had to build the sukkah that night. I was so pissed, but it's fine. It's fine. Okay. It'll be great.
And that's it. And I'm on ModiLive.com. We are on tour. By the time this hits, we'll be on with shows everywhere. We're in Paris, Berlin, Vienna,
Amsterdam,
Israel, possibly.
Yeah.
When are you doing Berlin?
November
November
20th.
20th, yeah.
Oh, we're gonna be in touch.
Yeah, yeah. And we've left some space there to between the other shows. And Paris and
Love.
Vienna is going to be amazing too. And amazing shows. Everything is on tour. Find a show near you or near one of your friends and get some tickets. Be the friend that brings the friends to the comedy show. Oh, just to laugh with your friends. That's Mashiach energy. Thank you all very, very much for listening in and tuning in and just being a part of And Here's Modi.
Thank you.
Love you.